Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and today's subject, she's here. Today it's Kaylee, my friend, Kaylee Goncalves. This is her maybe first, second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe fourth or fifth reading. It's time. This is a psychic reading. I use oracle cards and I use tarot cards, and occasionally I get messages from spirit. I interpret these messages in my own way, and you may interpret them differently in your own way, and I encourage you to do so. At no point am I claiming any of this to be factual, or am I making any accusations. This is for entertainment purposes only. Come on, Kaylee, let's do this.
Who holds the gavel? Who breaks the chain? Who hides the evidence? Who shifts the blame? Behind the badge, behind the smile, lies a ledger dripping vile, redding stains and twisted ties, a house of mirrors built on lies.
So we don't need to start with clarifying life, because we know Kaylee pretty well, I would say. So we're going to start with the True Intentions Oracle. Excuse me, guys. Keep getting. So we've got sage advice. It says, my wisdom is rooted in experience. I can offer a fresh perspective. I really hope so, Kaylee. Bring it on. Sorry guys, if you noticed a cut, that's because there was someone at my door. Let's carry on. It wasn't Kaylee. Next card. Misunderstanding. Things got lost in translation and taken out of context. Direct communication will clear the air. Okay, what's she trying to tell me? So sage advice seems, you know, what it says. My wisdom is rooted in experience. She was one of the victims, so of course it's rooted in experience, and she can offer a fresh perspective. So this is interesting. Some kind of misunderstanding. It's one of something that happened around the time. I don't think the direct communication will clear the air. I need to remove that from the end because I think this is more to do with the first part of this. Things got lost in translation, taken out of context. Something... She's trying to tell me something happened, something blew up, something caused an argument, something caused a rift, something caused conflict. Was it something that she said to someone? I do need to have a session with Kaylee. I don't know if now's the time though, because this is not something I've ever done before without preparing for it. It's got lost in translation. Let's carry on. The next deck is the Chakra Oracle. Perception. Workaholic. It's almost like what she's giving me here is someone thought something that may not have been true about her. I think it's got something to do with, and this is going to be very hard for her, I have to say, for her to bring this, to connect with me on this, to connect with anyone on this, is that her lifestyle might have been questioned, as in, where does she get her money from? You know, it's like, and I don't know who this argument was with, but someone said something questioning it. It's got to have been either Dylan or Bethany. I don't know. It doesn't have to actually be anyone in the house. It could be someone else. Could have been someone at the university that she knew. But they had an idea of what she must be doing to have that kind of money. And also there was rumours going around because of the amount of comings and goings in the house, shall we say. But the reality of it is a lot of the money came from her father. Now, I'm not saying that she didn't do some jobs for him in order to get that money, but um, yeah, so there's something more to this. There was definitely, that's what I find so strange, is this whole thing about Dylan apparently inviting her that evening as a +1. Just does not make sense. Maybe she didn't invite her as a +1. Maybe she just invited her over to clear the air because of all the business about Jack. Or she told her something like, I need to tell you something about Jack and I don't want to do it over the phone. I need you to come over. It's really important. It's something you're going to want to know. It's like, I don't know, using something as bait, basically. Next deck is the Black Rose Oracle. Did it again. Pursuit, chasing, persistence, hunting down, and resilient. This is about her stalker situation. More than that, though, it is something to do with a member of law enforcement. Decision, wrong reasons, contemplating stay or leave. Oh, uncertain. She made the wrong decision. She made the wrong decision, and I don't know if that's about her coming back to Moscow that night, or it's a bigger thing about because again, I picked this up before in one of her very first readings, that she was leaving to go to, forgotten already. She was going to leave Idaho, I think. But then she changed her mind and decided to stay, but not stay in Moscow. It was more about Idaho. But then, I don't know. I don't know why that would be. Was she going to Texas? Oh, I've got Texas in my head. But someone was relentlessly after her, and I do think it was law enforcement. I think he just haunted her, like he was everywhere. I don't know who. I don't know which one, but next deck is the True Crime Oracle. Sorry guys, just need to keep an eye on the time. Okay, so it's alive but coming in the reverse position. And I don't know if this is about life extinct or if it's about life slipping away. Or was she found alive? She was found alive. Okay. She was found alive. She was found alive by a member of law enforcement. And she wasn't alive for much longer. We've got homicide, but also in reverse. And it was a homicide. It's definitely, it wasn't anything else but a homicide. God, unless they were trying to make it look like something else until they realised that she was alive. Okay, and the vocab deck. So we have flamboyant. Dancers wore their most flamboyant outfits for the carnival. It derives from the word flame. Like a flame, a flamboyant dresser is bright and easily seen. Flashy, ostentatious, peacockish, brightly coloured, and very noticeable, showy. Affection. Well, we know what affection means, but I'll read this anyway. The lemurs showed their affection for each other with a cuddle. Oh. fondness, warmth, love, genuine, great, warm. The feeling of liking or caring about someone very much. I feel like these two words go together. Flamboyant affection, like a very obvious display of affection. But who for? Why is she showing me that? Okay, next deck is the Shadow of Darkness. Opposition, challenge, defense. This is about someone flirting. This is about someone flirting, outrageously flirting with Jack, just deliberately to get some kind of reaction out of her. I don't know if this is about before they broke up or after. I'm not getting a direct connection to her, unfortunately. I know she's got a lot of stuff she's going through at the moment, so I'm not worried about that, but accumulation, reevaluation and responsibility. Something was building. Something was building between her and her arch nemesis. And I don't know who that is. I don't think it's necessarily Dylan, interestingly. But is it the same person that was stalking her? Is it them that this accumulation was building? It's not necessarily Kaylee. It's more like them. They're getting more and more frustrated. The jealousy is this huge factor in this. Like, can't have what they want. No one else can have you. That kind of thing. Let's just see if there's any other decks. Don't think there is. I think that is all of them. So let's do the tarot. Seeing as I've got this deck in my hand, we'll use this. Which cards do I need to clarify? So who's the misunderstanding with? Is this you that says that there was a misunderstanding? Is someone else telling you there was a misunderstanding, Kaylee? Oh, okay. Thank you. So she's telling me this is what Dylan told her on the phone, or how she got her over, is that Kaylee had been, oh God, Kaylee had been hearing about the rumours about what had been going on from Maddie. So Maddie had been saying, you're not going to believe what's been happening, like telling her all the stuff about Jack, and Adam and Bethany. And Kaylee needed to find out what was going on, and she kept trying to contact Dylan. It was actually Kaylee that contacted Dylan to ask her what the hell's going on. You need to tell me. So it's Dylan that said, things have got lost in translation, and they've been taken out of context. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about it in person, because I need to tell you other stuff that's been going on with Jack. So she went. It wasn't anything to do with being invited as a +1. I still keep thinking about that photograph of them all and how unnatural it is. I think Kaylee and Maddie were so happy to see each other. I don't know how long it had been since they'd seen each other before, but even if it had been a week, it's like a long time for them. And, obviously Ethan and Xana being together were also happy. Dylan just looks sly, and Bethany looks sick, looks like she's about to throw up in all of those pictures, because she's like, she knows what's coming. It almost gives me, what I'm getting here is that picture was never originally going to have Dylan and Bethany in it. It's like the picture was being taken of the picture was originally just the four of them getting together for a picture, and then it's like Dylan saying to Bethany, come on, let's get in there, let's get into the picture, and photobombing it. They're on the outside. It's like they've just joined at the last second. Anyway, sage advice. We know about that. So misunderstanding, and I've just been told, okay, I don't even know if I want to pull these now. High Priestess, which I've always, oh, how weird. I've always given this card to Dylan. If you've watched any of my other readings where Dylan's come up, this card comes off, I'm like, yeah, that's Dylan. So she's just confirming this was Dylan that suggested this, because Kaylee was the one that was contacting her to find out what the hell was going on. But the 8 of Pentacles reversed. It's not something she wanted to do, It's like almost every fibre of her being was telling her not to go, and she couldn't quite figure out why. And it wasn't because she just didn't like Dylan. It was just something else. She had a gut feeling. That's what she's saying. She had a gut feeling. So workaholic and the perception. Can you tell me more about this? Oh my God, was she spreading rumours? So was it Dylan that's spreading rumours about what Kaylee did in that house? What the hell? Judgment reversed. She's such a bitter, jealous, twisted person. And the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's just jealousy. It's like Kaylee had everything that Dylan didn't have. She had... God, this sounds really nasty, but I'm just kind of dipping into the reasons why she was bitter. Dylan wasn't unattractive, but she didn't have that X factor that Kaylee had. Kaylee had the X factor that everyone was just drawn to her, men and women alike, and she was popular. She wasn't insecure. She was confident. She was a bit silly. She was... I think the X factor is that she didn't actually care about what people thought about her. And it's like she could just be herself, you know. She was unapologetically herself, and she didn't, you know, she didn't care what people thought. And Dylan just didn't have that. She wasn't confident enough to just be herself. I feel like she wanted to be anyone but herself, Dylan. And everything that Dylan, well, not everything that Dylan had, but the things that Dylan did have that she treasured or valued, like Quinn, for instance, even he went on about how amazing Kaylee was. Even the police officer that Dylan was liaising with also ended up, and we don't know if it's him or not, but potentially ended up liaising with Kaylee against her will, which also would have made Dylan jealous if she found out about it. So this pursuit, decision and pursuit. Wrong reasons, contemplating, stay or leave. Yeah, wish she hadn't gone. Who was chasing? Who was chasing you? Persistently chasing and hunting down. Page of Pentacles. Someone around her age. This is her age group. This is one of her peers. This isn't a member of law enforcement. Oh, I don't know, who is it? It's about her trying to contact Jack that night. It's about her pursuing someone, hunting someone down. It was her trying to contact Jack and not being able to get hold of him. And then the Two of Wands. She was so focused on getting hold of Jack that night. I don't know if it's to do with, like, I need to hear it from him. Don't forget, as the night was going on, she was getting more and more drunk, so yeah, I'm getting her showing me the pair of them in the back of the car on the way back to the house, as Dylan's told them to come back because the dog was out and they'd been at the grub truck, her and Maddie. She's at this time, she's just obsessed with trying to get hold of Jack. Oh God, it's all clicking into place. That thing about they're going to get you for this, Maddie, because it was Maddie that told Kaylee everything she'd been hearing about the rumors and the gossip, and she's talking about they're going to get this, they're going to get you for this, as in talking about Dylan and Bethany. Anyway, as she's sitting in the back of the car trying to get hold of Jack, he's not answering me. It's because he knows it's me. He knows he thinks I'm pissed, or, you know, it's like that kind of thing. So she says, "Give me your phone, Maddie. Give me your phone. Let me try from your phone." It's like so stupid because, like, she's drunk. She's not thinking straight. Clearly, Jack would know that Maddie and Kaylee are going to be together, and if Kaylee rings and he's not answering her, he's going to know that it's still Kaylee, that she was drunk, and that's why there were calls being made trying to contact Jack from both Kaylee's and Maddie's phone. So this card, which was the alive, I've actually turned these two upright because to me it makes more sense. Alive and then homicide. It's like, oh God, no, it's Ethan. Sorry, because when she got back to the house, the first thing she saw was there was all the activity going on. There was a police car there. Ethan was in the house. She said on the floor. I don't know where, but I'm presuming in. Was he in his room? Was he in the front living room? Where was this? Alive. He was alive. Homicide. Ace of Pentacles. And the Lovers, which I'm going to quickly flash because it's a bit naked. It was the Lovers in reverse. And I can't figure out if this is to do with Ethan and Xana, because they weren't together, which is what the Lovers in reverse would be about, is why weren't Ethan and Xana together? There's so much going on here because this card represents so much. It represents either Maddie or Kaylee or both of them being unalived. It represents the couple, the Ethan and Xana, not being together. It represents Maddie realizing what's happening and trying to escape after she realizes it's too late for Kaylee. And then we've got flamboyant affection. Four of Swords reversed. And the Ace of Wands. I don't know, I'm getting some kind of... I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm getting some kind of memorial symbol kind of thing somewhere near water for one of them, and I'm presuming it's her. I'm presuming it's Kaylee. Why would she be showing me someone else? Don't know if she was cremated, but it's like there's a resting place somewhere near water. I don't know if that's just her ashes. And I think Jack knows about it. And I think Jack knows where this is, and he goes and visits her quite often. So we've got opposition and accumulation. As I said, these cards are about something that was building that just exploded. Six of Wands. Five of Wands reversed. So the opposition won. That's what this is saying. Opposition, this came in with on top of the opposition card. This card means victory after a battle, and the opposition won the fight. And then we have the accumulation card in reevaluation and responsibility. It's like, okay, now I've done this. I need to stop and think about what's next. What do I do now? I need to reevaluate this situation because I don't want to end up being responsible for this. And the Five of Wands in reverse is clearing the scene. I think that's what I'm seeing here. It's like a lot of chaos, a lot of screaming, a lot of, you know, uncontrollable energy going on. In the moment that Kaylee's life was taken, there was just chaos, pandemonium, panic, screaming, mainly probably from Maddie. I think I don't know, and someone else would have been. I have no idea. So it's like the aftermath. There's just this sense of vitriol and like being unable to control. So this was law enforcement. He's turned up to deal with the Ethan situation. And then in come Maddie and Kaylee unexpectedly. Probably wasn't expecting that, but he's definitely got this intense attraction towards Kaylee. And she's acting, as far as he's concerned, she's acting I need to find the right word. Like she's out of control. Because she's starting to see that maybe Ethan wasn't waking up, or so she starts losing it. And this particular law enforcement officer, instead of calming her down, just takes her out. I don't think it was pre-planned, and I do think it was a crime of passion for Kaylee anyway. Now, I'm not saying that's what this is, you know, this is me trying to fit the puzzle pieces together. So everything I've just said, that last kind of bit was just me trying to put stuff together. This is not her sitting here and telling me, though it sort of is. I just don't know which police officer it is yet. So far what I'm getting is that Maddie and Kaylee were taken out by law enforcement, and Ethan and Xana weren't. They were taken out by other people, and I don't know if that's fellow, you know, their peers, or whether it's something else, whether it was an organized hit. I don't know, but we're definitely getting somewhere now. You know, there's a lot of other stuff that just needs to be because the one person we keep forgetting about in all of this is the person that's sitting allegedly in jail, and that's Brian Koberger. So of course we want to know what's happened to these poor victims, but I also want to be able to help him as well. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, as always. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.